Hi, we're back. Julian Fondran and myself, we're sitting here in my studio. He's more comfortable where he is, instead of sitting on the couch, which is cool. I'm just sitting here in my little stork chair with a hydraulic. Works really fine for that. Very good for your back, by the way, for anybody that's practicing, because it also has a pivotal thing, you know. Very, very important to be able to sit properly when you're playing, proper position and whatever. Careful, Julie.
Du warst auf Mute gestellt.
Was I? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, but the whole, that's why I wasn't working properly. The thing is, you have to be careful with this kind of stuff. Anyway, hi. So we're talking a little bit about working with a handpan, jamming, and preparing for some ideas that we're going to present in a jam session up at the Schützenhof for some concerts. This is a handpan, and you were just saying that you were thinking about getting a second handpan that's tuned a half tone higher or whatever?
Nicht unbedingt so, das wäre dann natürlich schön, da könnten wir...
So there'll be two handpans.
Richtig, ein bisschen mehr...
And you could go boom, 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 boom,
richtig,
boom, like this kind of thing?
Tonleiter.
And could just play the tones that you can play on it now. Wait. That's half tone higher, you see. But once again, the scale. So basically, it's a diatonic scale starting a half tone lower than the tonic, which would be C. There's some modal name for it. I don't know what. I'm not really interested in remembering a bunch of stupid fucking names for things. Excuse my French. But the whole idea is that if you can't hear it, you can't play it anyway. So, but if you had a second handpan that sounded like this, that's yours, and that. It really wouldn't make much difference, but I don't know, a parallel thing, maybe in a fourth or fifth dimension or interval. So one could go back and forth, or have three, like a simple turnaround in jazz, like 2, 5, 7, 1. The second chord, which would be D Dorian, and then G as the basis of a note. But I'm not really sure that it's really that necessary, because you can get awfully complicated, and then you might as well just play a marimba or a piano or something anyway. The fascinating thing about this instrument is that it can create a very, very, for me, hypnotic and something, it's almost archetypical. It's an interesting word that people like Karl Popper or Eccles or archetypic, who would say something like Alfred Adler, not him, but one of the exponents of psychology. What was his name? Carl, I'll remember later. What's important here is that it takes you to another dimension of the mind. and allows you to forget about the here and now and or immerse yourself in the here and now and forget about the then and when. Or, yeah. It's an inside-out side of concept. And I was talking about Carl Jung. Carl Jung. He's the guy that uses the idea of archetypical things. The trumpet is an archetypical instrument because it's really basic. It's a natural trumpet with 3 extra vowels, so you have 7 overtone series. And with all those notes, you just add. So between, I just add this and this and this and this and this combination of vowels that extend the instrument, and I can play between a first overtone, or the first resonating overtone, and the second. By going, you get all the chromatic tones that you get in a diatonic scale for Western music. Or you can also add an extra little valve in and a quarter tone and then play 24 different, not tones, but sounds inside of an octave. But I was working with, I prepared something here before we started, and that is this natural trumpet over here. And because you're playing actually in what key did you say? Let me turn on this.
D minor.
D minor. Let me just turn this on. Something's wrong here. You asked me before. You asked me before, why do you use a little bit of tape on that? Because sometimes these things, if they're not tight, then the instrument doesn't speak properly. So sometimes I put a little bit of tape around some things and it makes the instrument tighter. But I'll just try to hold the instrument a little tighter, and just in the fact that I hold it. See, this is a natural trumpet, so-called Tromba da caccia, Jaeger trumpet, or natural trumpet from the early classical period. Some people call it Baroque, but it's really not Baroque. I have a friend named Helmut Timpelan, who hates to hear the word Baroque because he knows that Baroque is just a word that means kitschy, überladen, really tasteless, basically. And there's no sense, and he hates it when someone talks about Johann Sebastian Bach as being a Baroque composer, because he doesn't believe that that's about that at all. So what I'm going to do is just put a little piece of tape on this to get this to be a little tighter, and maybe it'll speak better, and then we can jam a little bit with this horn, because basically it's all I really need to do something together with you. Just put this together here. Come on, baby. Be my friend. Be my friend. Come on. Ow! Got my finger caught in it. Okay. There we are. Let me see how this works. Much better. You might think it sounds just as bad as it did before, but I feel better about it. So let's hear you play your D. So I get all those notes, no vowels and whatever, and I can just use a little hand reflection, just like you, to get the different intonation. That's magic, okay? So let's hear. Let's see if you can. I can play in G minor. Okay, let's try it. Maybe I'd even use a mute. Might even be cool with that, how that works. Never used a mute with this before. You want to do a riff and I'll see if I can add something to it? Thanks, Julie. I just wanted to present this a little bit. It doesn't sound like I can play it very well, and I can't. But it's just because I need to a little focus a little on the right tuning and maybe the right mouthpiece and whatever. It's a complicated thing. So let's just play a little bit more, and as it fades out, and then we'll maybe come back again for one more next week. Thank you for checking in. Come on.